This is Sky Blues Extra.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Sky Blues Extra channel, and it's time for another Player of the Month vote. The month seems to be coming thick and fast, Tom. It only seems like last week since we started the season, but we're now through the end of October into November, and not a particularly great month for the Sky Blues obviously in October. Four losses, a win and a draw coming off the dizzy heights of September.
Yeah, it's like you say, they're coming thick and fast. It was a really packed out month, wasn't it? Sort of Saturday, Tuesday, some Friday night under the lights games thrown in there as well, but not the biggest points haul, really. So, but an exciting month nonetheless. Yeah,
obviously a tough month for all the Sky Blues with those back-to-back games, but there were some standout performances. Look at the likes of McCallum, who was in completely the wrong position for most of those games. Hyam was a rock at the back. Giles was also an attacking threat down the left side. Ben Sheaf came into his own. Who do you think stood out last month?
Yeah, the names you just said there have all sort of stepped up a bit, haven't they? I think the team's starting to gel a little bit more in October, edging ever closer to our sort of actually playing our strongest 11, which is nice. Yeah. But yeah, like you said, players like Hyam has been solid throughout, hasn't he? Very impressed with McCallum playing on the wrong side. He cuts in very, very well. And I think Sheaf has come on immensely as well. After a bit of a wobbly start, he's now looking like the real deal. So really, really impressed with him.
Well, as usual, Sky Blues Extra fans, we put the vote out to you on social media. And after a long wait to see who is the October Player of the Month, we can now reveal that the winner for October is Ben Sheaf. He wins the October Sky Blues Extra Player of the Month. And we thank you, the fans, for voting in your hundreds on this vote this month. Ben Sheaf, so Tom, is the winner. Was that expected?
Yeah, I think so. I think just for how much he sort of improved since the start of the season. Like we said, a little bit of a slow start for him to get into his groove. He was giving the ball away a little bit. I still think in flashes he was brilliant at the start of the season, but starting to become a bit of a scapegoat in some games, wasn't he, from the fans? But
a target on the back, wasn't there at times?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really happy that he's managed to turn it around. I think he's been really impressive and does a lot of really hard work that doesn't always get noticed. So no, I'm really impressed with him, and he's a really important player because in that role we said Kelly isn't going to play forever and isn't going to feature week in week out. So we need a young player to get to bring into that role.
Well, Sheaf follows Hamer, who was our September Player of the Month. That's two of our midfielders now have won the awards. But let's see what made Ben Sheaf so good last month. Let's look at some of his stats. He appeared in every single match, and he looks like he's going to be the first name on the team sheet at the moment.
Yeah, he's played a hell of a lot of minutes, hasn't he? Like we said, it's been a very hectic month of 2 games a week, and he's pretty much featured in all of them. So yeah, he's getting a good amount of minutes under his belt.
And obviously he gets the ball quite a bit, so that pass accuracy of 85% is remarkable, really. He's got to be up there with some of the highest being accurate with his passing.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, perhaps at the start of the season was giving the ball away a little bit, but clearly from that stat, he's rectified that, and he's not giving it away much at all. So that's very impressive.
I think one thing that sticks out to me with Ben Sheaf at the moment, he seems to be in the right position at the right time. I felt in the first couple of games he was kind of go over in his head a little bit. His position play wasn't great, but he seems to be popping up in these little gaps and these little spaces now, which is great to see.
Yeah, he's an intelligent footballer, isn't he? And having come through the Arsenal academy, that's what you'd expect, really. He's learned in a very, very good environment with good players around him and good coaches. So you expect a player like that to have good head on him, as well as obviously his sort of physical ability and skill as well.
Listen, he's not in the position to create many chances. Obviously, there's people ahead of him to sort of be the attacking threat, but 4 chances created, and a couple of them have provided goals as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, like you say, he does play a little bit deeper, but at the same time, he has got that sort of killer pass in his locker and a sort of long ball up to Godden and Biama and players like that. So Yeah, he's definitely got got it in his locker to provide those chances as well.
And he's brought in to be that defensive holder, isn't he? You know, and he's winning those duels. He's making the recoveries and the interceptions as well, which is key for someone of his quality in that position.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, he's good. Like what the stats there with the duels, he's winning a lot of them. He's quite a big lad. Ball recovery looks good as well. He's good at cutting passes off. So, yeah, really important player in that sort of in that deeper midfield role.
Obviously, we want him to go further. So, what can he do better now going ahead for the rest of the season? Do you think?
It's a good question. I think just more of the same, really. I think, just maybe creating more chances and helping out in that department. When he's going forward and things. But no, I think he's heading in the right direction, really. I think if those stats continue, he'll be a really key player.
I think it's great to see as well the sort of how people think of Ben Sheaf at the start of October. It was pretty horrific on the likes of Twitter and Facebook and stuff, but he's really coming to his own, and now the fans are getting behind him, which is key, isn't it? Really, we need to get behind all the players, because obviously 100%. We're struggling as a team a little bit. We're so close, really, but it's just not all the jigsaw pieces not coming together at the right time. But for the likes of Ben Sheaf, he's going to become better as the season goes on, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I think we've got to be right behind all the players. We can't be having any scapegoats, and we know that all these players are stepping up a level, and we've got to appreciate that, and we've got to be sort of right behind them. Same for Ben Sheaf as well. But yeah, no, I think he's definitely heading in the right direction. He's definitely turned a corner in terms of his perception amongst the fans, I think, which can only be a good thing moving forwards.
So awesome. Ben Sheaf is the October Player of the Month, winner of the Sky Blues Extra vote. We're in November now, obviously, Tom. We've played a couple of games in November. We've got a little bit of a break now to that big Birmingham City game at St Andrews. Who's at home? Who cares? Who knows at this point?
No, their home form's not great, so
exactly. So how do you see sort of the rest of this month then progressing? We've got some big games, Birmingham, Norwich as well.
Yeah, some really big games. I think the Birmingham game's absolutely huge. A team that we probably are predicting to be in the bottom half of the table, and ones like that, we've got to go out and try and obviously get a result. So that's a tough game, but I don't see why we shouldn't go at Birmingham. It's like you say, it's a bit of a weird one whose home game it is, but we obviously feel quite comfortable at St Andrews playing there, and we've got some great results there. So why not? They might be going into a bit nervous, if anything. It's a bit of a weird one for them. So got to try and get something out of that game. And then, Cardiff home as well. I mean, why not go out and get 3 points there? They're a decent side, but it's not. It's definitely a winnable game. And Norwich away obviously is a really tough game. But we went to Watford and we should have got more out of it. So, I don't think we can write ourselves off for that one either. But like you say, they're all going to be tough games, and we've got to pick up some points and sort of climb our way out of the bottom 3 or 4.
Absolutely. It will be a very interesting end to the month. Tom, thanks for joining me once again. Ben Sheaf is your October Player of the Month winner on the Sky Blues Extra vote on Twitter. Keep up to date with all things Sky Blues Extra on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Just search at Sky Blues Extra. Join us for our next at Sky Blues Extra live after the Birmingham City game on the Friday night in front of the Sky cameras. Probably be me and you, Tom, I suspect.
Probably.
On that Friday evening after a few cans. So please join us.
3 points, hopefully.
3 points and a couple of cans. Hopefully.
Yeah, that'll do.
Fingers crossed. Play up Sky Blues.